up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be doing a sound comparison between my newly installed MBRP exhaust versus the AFE exhaust that I previously had. I got this exhaust, however, from Rogue Off-Road. I'll have all their information down in the description below. Definitely check them out. They have both exhausts that I have for my truck, as well as a lot of other parts that you can get for the Tacoma. So this MBRP one is the high tuck. It's designed for off-roading, as you'll see in some later videos when I take it off-road, and I have some new parts for the rear end of this truck as well. So now comparing my MBRP exhaust to the AFE exhaust, I had a lot of questions about what I thought about this exhaust being so close to the cab. Especially, it's a lot different than the AFE exhaust that I currently had with the full tailpipe going all the way to the bed of the truck. So just doing a pretty good acceleration, I had the pedal to the floor there. Roughly from the inside, it sounds very similar to the AFE exhaust, but it is much louder under even just normal accelerating. So just coming to, or slowing down a little bit here, just giving it a little bit of gas. It's definitely louder, it has a much different tone, and it's a lot deeper, but at the same time, it's not overly aggressive. This is my daily driver. I didn't want something that was going to be excessively loud, especially for a truck. It doesn't have to be crazy loud. It just gives it something a little bit better sounding than stock. And there was nothing wrong with the AFE exhaust that I had either. But this one, you can hear it just a little bit. Hopefully the camera can pick it up. I'll go ahead and open up that back window just to see if that makes a difference for the audio. I mean, you can definitely hear it. It doesn't have a drone or anything like that. It's normal under normal driving conditions like I am right now, just going at the same speed. So I have no complaints with that. It's definitely a very nice sounding exhaust. I did have a couple people comment and say, why didn't I just cut off my exhaust and do an axle dump instead of going with a brand new exhaust? Well, to me, that just doesn't sound as good as actually having an exhaust designed to do that. So just cutting an exhaust off, I've heard some videos of it. Honestly, it doesn't sound that good to me, which is why I went with this exhaust. But I also went with this one because it's the high tuck. It's meant for off-roading. And if you've seen my video where I kind of did some damage to the exhaust and up underneath the truck, this is the main reason that I went with an exhaust like this. It's tucked up nicely out of the way. It's something that I won't have to worry about going off-road. It's gonna be up just above the axle there, and I won't have any issues with clearance or anything like that. And that's the main reason that I went with this exhaust, and it's relatively affordable. It was about 200 bucks compared to my AFE exhaust, which was almost twice that. So for what you're getting, it's a really good sounding exhaust system, and I have no complaints with it. So basically, I just wanted to make this review to share my experience with this exhaust for anyone who's looking at it. So we're kind of going up a slight incline right now, and hopefully you can hear the exhaust a little bit, just hearing that little tone to it. But again, it's nothing out of the ordinary. It's not crazy sounding. I'm just gonna do a mild acceleration. And again, you can hear it a lot more than the AFE exhaust, but I got used to it. It definitely took me a couple weeks to get used to it. Obviously, I had my other exhaust for about 2 years, which is why the change was a lot different. But I like it. I think it sounds really good. Even out on the highway, this exhaust doesn't have a drone. I've been about 70 miles an hour with it, and it sounds normal. So I don't have any complaints with how much louder it is. It's louder under acceleration, but not at cruising speed. So that is definitely nice. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a quick clip here of a spot that I was doing some before and afters with the other exhaust and this exhaust, just to show you a ground clearance difference with this being geared towards an off-road style exhaust. I will be doing some off-road videos and actually taking it off-road, but this is just a small area here that I can at least test for right now and show you the main difference. After doing that test right there, I kind of wish I did that same exact test when I had my stock bumper on, because that was a little bit steeper than the test that I did. Hopefully you saw that video because I have a aftermarket bumper on right now. But showing you the differences with the exhaust, you can easily see how it's nicely tucked up in front of the axle, and I'm not gonna have any issues with that. And then along with the bumper, which I added after I did the exhaust, I definitely have plenty of ground clearance and everything on the rear of the truck. But getting back to the exhaust, we're gonna do a final startup for today's video, and then I'm gonna go ahead and open this rear glass. We're gonna do another acceleration here. So last acceleration for today. Hopefully the camera could pick that up, especially having the back glass open there. It definitely sounds really good, I think, in my opinion. And at the same time, even though the exhaust is closer to the cab, I don't have any exhaust fumes or anything coming into the cab, even with that glass open. That was a concern that I saw in some of the comments, but I haven't had any issues with that. Since the exhaust aims towards the ground, none of that comes back up into the cab. Now, had I done the exhaust chop that some people suggested, those fumes are just going straight back, so they would actually go up out of the exhaust and then back into the truck. I did have that problem when I took the entire exhaust off of my previous Tacoma, and that was just for fun, but I could definitely smell all the exhaust fumes coming in. So that's not going to be a concern with this exhaust. But that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed just getting my opinion of the MBRP high tuck exhaust. I definitely like it. Sounds really good. It's gonna have a lot of benefits for off-road, which I'm excited to test out. But if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more videos that we have coming later this year, and I'll see you in the next video.